Kayfabe Cards, your ultimate destinations for all things tabletop in Riverton, Utah. Uniting enthusiasts under one roof, we proudly showcase Flesh and Blood, Pokemon, Magic, Weiss, and One Piece, a gateway into an exhilarating universe of gaming. Immerse yourselves in our diverse products, including a very squishy array of Japanese plushies and the excitement of Gashapon machines. Our expansive play area invites you to duel in epic battles and forge unbreakable bonds with your fellow players. We open our doors every day at noon, embracing a realm where cards come alive and unforgettable moments are forged. Come join us at Kayfabe Cards.
Welcome, friends, to the 2023 Speedy Awards. This is a community-voted awards program, second in a row. 2 years in a row now, but I'm bringing some help in. I've got Thomas Von Freshness, Tommy Fresh of Fresh and Buds. How are you, Tommy?
I'm well, man. You know, it's a wild time of year. Super busy. You know, just making videos and you know, hopping on with you, my dear friend. I'm happy to be a part of the Speedies. You know, and I guess maybe I don't think I really didn't make the cut on a lot of these awards, but hey, listen, I'm here to you know, like send it home for the people that did win, that I'm very happy won.
I would argue that you are the number one winner for two reasons. Number one, you get to be on the show for the entirety of it.
That's true. That is true. Actually, you know what? I forgot that I had submitted. It was like a weird rebate thing that I had submitted earlier this year. Hoping to kind of, it was like I collected, you know, box tops.
Yeah,
right?
from like, what was it? From like Fruity Pebbles or something like that?
Post, Kellogg's, they all got in on it for whatever, you know, all the cereal brands, they're pretty big on box tops. I guess they all have boxes, so it makes sense. So I've been sending them to Flake, and I guess I was the only one doing it, so I kind of won the privilege of being the co-host for this wonderful award show.
You didn't win. It was more so just myself appeasing you and finally succumbing to your brand, your onslaught of, I guess, some sort of reverse protest to a degree. Nonetheless, you did get it. I did get all of your box tops. You eat a lot of Frosted Flakes, I will say.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, Tony the Tiger said the best, and I gotta say, it's been my blood sugar's not doing great, but hey, listen, we're doing all right.
Hey, why not? Let's go into 2024 with a big case of diabetes. Let's do it. All right. Well, Tommy Fresh is the guest, and we're going to be giving away 10 awards this show. So this is your instant speed podcast episode to wrap up the year. I'm not doing one after this, so not God knows when. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back in like April when I'm recovered. But we are going to give away some awards. These are the Speedy Awards. So what are the Speedy Awards? Well, frankly, I figured let's give a little spotlight to not just the game, but the people who make the game what it is, and everybody who kind of keeps the fires burning within the community in various different capacities. We all have different skill sets. We all have different ways that we contribute, but some have made quite the ripples, and I want to make sure that they get their flowers to that degree. So Tommy Fresh, would you like to just kick us off with the first award, my friend, for this show, this awards show, this prestigious, crazy awards show?
I mean, this is the biggest award show in the game that we have currently, right? You know,
in the game, yes, yeah, no, qualify it the way it is.
But you know, the first award is very interesting, and it is the favorite new adult hero, and I believe that Rich, the Polish guy.
Oh, it is
from Patreon.
Yes, it is Rich, the Polish guy from Patreon, and I do want to also. You know, we should name the final three. So basically, again, we're going to give some context to this. The categories are out there. They were for you, the community, to vote on. Some of them were limited in terms of like, well, there's only so many adult heroes, so you just select the one you want. The others were write-in. But for this one, it was Rich, the Polish guy. Patreon supporter Rich got the opportunity. But what were the finalists, Tommy? Or who were they?
Well, you know, it's interesting. 2023 has been a year of bangers. Let's be honest, bangers in terms of new heroes, right? We got some really cool ones, and you know, with varying degrees of success in the game. And the finalists are, we have Dash.io, also known as Dashio, Uzuri Switchblade, and Max the Hype Nitro. So interesting, we got 2 mechanologists and 1 assassin from Outsiders. A little sad to not see Riptide here. Obviously, I'm a big Riptide fan. You know, anything gross I'm into. So, but these are worthy nominees. So hopefully Rich can tell us who won.
Who is it, Rich?
Hi, I'm the Polish guy, and I have the honor of being the next part of the 2023 Speedy Awards, voted by you, the community of Flesh and Blood, you, the listener of the Instant Speed podcast. And I have the honor of being able to tell you the best new adult hero for, again, 2023 Speedy Awards. Well, she isolates it. She sedates. She slices and dices more efficiently than your grandma's Cuisinart. She's everyone's favorite assassin, Uzuri Switchblade. The second one came through the scene, through the steam even, cranking out items onto the battlefield faster than any hero before. Yes, that's right. It's Dash.io. Finally. It wasn't just hype. As he cranked out victories even better and faster than Banksy himself shredded his art, it was Max the Hype Nitro. But there could only be one winner. And I have this official envelope right over here. Don't worry, all the rest of them, you're just losers. And the winner is Dash.io. Thanks again for letting me be part of the 2023 Speedy Awards. I'm the Polish guy, and I can't wait to see you at the next tournament and see all the wonderful people I've met in this community. And can't wait to see you again.
Well, there it is. It is Dash.io. Dash.io is the winner. Congratulations to Dash.io, who frankly doesn't get anything because you're a fictional character, and too bad. That's it.
You know, listen, I like to think that the folks over at LSS get a little bit of, you know, whoever came up with the majority of the ideas for Dash.io. Hey, listen, that's for you, bud. You know, this is a job well done. People really loved that hero and has made some splashes in the competitive scene. So you gotta love it.
No, you're totally spot on there. And who am I to argue with somebody dressed the way you are? It looks like you've dipped into Frank Costanza's Del Boca Fista formal wear box. Is that correct?
That is correct. I kind of walked down here and Lady Fresh said it looked like I was I don't know, bet on horses or something like that. She said I was like, all right, like listen, I quit that. Okay, where it's a lock.
Yeah. It looks like you're the type of person who would turn to me in a cab and say, "If Notre Dame scores this touchdown, I'm out of here, baby." That's kind of like that's kind of where I'm seeing you. But Mr. Fresh, one of the things that I enjoy talking to you about is mental health and that's a very important thing to me. So I figured between this and the next award, let's just do a little shout out to everybody out there, because it's the holiday seasons and it's not always a happy time for everybody. And as much as you and as much as I want to inject as much joy as possible out there into the world, I know that it's not always easy. So I want to make sure that you out there during the holiday season, you get the love you need, the love you deserve. And I want to make sure that everybody listening knows that, yes, it's okay to not feel happy during these times. It's okay to feel sad even, but never feel alone, because you're not. So be sure to reach out if you need it. That's the message.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a tough time of the year for a lot of people, and you aren't alone, and that is correct. And we have the proof right now by you just listening to this. This means you're invested in a community, right? There's there's no reason for you to listen to this other than that you love Flesh and Blood and that you're involved in this community in some way, whether it's just listening to a podcast. But that means that you have people, hey, listen, reach out to some of your favorite creators, go into some of the Discord communities. You don't have to put all of your problems on them, but you can say, hey, listen, I just want to be involved, and like all of a sudden you're not alone anymore, and you're off to the races for. I keep on bringing up races. I'm just thinking about that horse. But
I could have gone so many different ways.
No. Anyway, but yeah, no, you're loved, and it is important to remember. And this, not even just the holidays, the cold weather can oftentimes be a tough time for a lot of people. I know that a lot of people I'm close with have a tough time in the winter. I personally am someone who has a tough time in the summer. I don't know what it is. I don't like the heat, and I don't like being uncomfortable. So like everybody ticks a little bit different, and it's worth knowing, and keep that in mind when you're talking to people, and reach out.
Well said. All right, let's get to the next award. The next award is for the new favorite card. So a card that was printed in 2023. What is your favorite new card? We got hundreds of votes, and they were all write-ins. So it was definitely interesting, Tommy, to go through all these submissions, sorting through the various different ways that people spell things, as well as the not so hilarious throwaway answers that people would toss in there, because why not? Because your time wasted, not mine. They all count at the end of the day. Tommy, would you like to set us up for the next award, my friend?
So yeah, the next award is the favorite new card of the year, and it's going to be presented by Doa. And it is we got 3 bangers here. Yet again, we're just hitting with like a lot of bangers. It's just bangers all year, right? The first one I'm going to say, Codex of Frailty. I'm interested that one made the list, because guess what? I remember a lot of people complaining about that card. Another card, Levi Redeemed / Plasma Fett, Levi Consumes, is also up there. Obviously really cool, really flashy. Excited to see that as a Levi player. And then Starstruck. This one is a sleeper hit for me, because it was one of those cards like, oh, that's really cool. You get to block with it, and then you maybe get something. And then people realize, no, you actually want to attack with this. And it's really, really powerful. And that's really neat. 3 really solid contenders. Who won?
Hey everybody, this is Doa. Every year, hundreds and hundreds of cards are released for the Flesh and Blood card game, and while there are many standouts, only one card can receive the Speedy Award for favorite new card. And this is a community-voted award, of course, and it received hundreds, if not millions and millions of votes this year. It was probably closer to hundreds, if we're going to be honest with ourselves. But let's check out the nominees anyway. It's going to be Levi Redeemed / Blasphemate, Levi Consumed, Starstruck, and Codex of Frailty. Yes, that's right, Codex of Frailty. Favorite is sometimes a subjective term, I suppose. But let's find out who the winner is. Could I have the card, please? Thank you. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. The winner is Levi Redeemed. Check it out. Hey, congratulations, Brute players. Please try to hold yourselves back from consuming my or anyone else's souls in your jubilation. Thank you.
There it is. Thank you very much, Doa, aka Eric Longquist, a great individual, has decreed that you have decided Levi Redeemed / Blasphemate, Levi Consumed. This might just make you feel so tender and delicious on the inside as a... Are you a Brute player still, or are you a recovering Brute player?
No, I am always a Brute player, right? I love the Brute class. I love Levi. I'm sure I'm on the Riptide train right now, and I love Riptide too. But hey, listen, Levi is super cool. This was arguably the most impactful reveal we've gotten for any kind of hero or class maybe ever, and it really changed the game. It was a totally new kind of card, so I'm not surprised to see it win favorite new card here at the 2023 Speedies.
All right, well, we did also ask you, the community, as you were submitting your votes and such, we said, let's get some of those wonderful community wishes for 2024. I just threw it out there. I said, write what you want. Lots of profanity. Definitely lots of profanity thrown in there. But there were some, and they were all anonymous, so I don't know who you terrible people are. But ultimately, there was so many people who had great, wanted to express just thanks to the community, thanks to the card game, itself. But some of them dropped some wonderful little tidbits of wishes for 2024. Tommy, would you like to regale us in some of what the community's hopes and wishes are for the upcoming year?
Well, the community never lets us down, Flake. I got to say that. And looking at some of these wishes is pretty interesting. First, we have someone who wrote in, learned of Flesh and Blood in September, and it's been a wild ride so far. Card name. End of the year wish is for more reprints in heavy hitters for my Dory CC deck and my Rhinar Blitz deck. It's a classic battles combo right there. That's interesting. I mean, reprints sound cool, but I think we're gonna get a lot of cool new cards. I think that would be even better for these decks. Don't you agree?
I agree. I mean, imagine if the whole set was just like 250 reprints, and people are like, "What the hell is this?" They're like, "Yeah, no, the cards that we showed you, these are not available for this."
Yeah. This history pack Z or something like that.
Another one came in. It is somebody's wish for 2024 was a Kasai OnlyFans. Sure. I mean, for somebody who is so into gold coins and amassing wealth, I think that this is probably the natural progression for Kasai.
Well, I think we're gonna have to get the judge Discord in on this, because as far as I know, you can't hold two ornate Tessins. It's an offhand, so you'd only have one saber and an ornate Tessin. So I guess you can't actually have Kasai only fans, but you can have Kasai one fan and one saber. Listen, hey, you're all weak folks.
That's me.
But,
when I'm holding my replica Luke's lightsaber, it's me. It's one fan and one saber. That's me. That's basically. One more.
Way to do it.
One more rolling in.
Someone wrote in adult KO in heavy hitters. Now, I am interested by this one. I hope they're wrong, unless it's a different printing. I don't want to have half in limited. Especially I don't want to like attack with something that's coming in for 3 when it should be coming in for 12. But I would like to see the character KO to make a return. Although it's KO Berserker Runt, so that's very like that's its identity, being a runt. Right? Like, I don't think you can be an adult runt. I guess maybe some runts actually grow up. I don't know.
My Boston Terrier was the runt. He grew up to a degree, I suppose, but he was just constantly this little terrified ball of shivers. All right, so we move on. Mr. Tommy Fresh. Again, Tommy, who's cosplaying a cab driver from the 1940s. We're talking about cosplay, Tommy Fresh, and that's one thing I think that I wouldn't say separates Flesh and Blood from a perspective of, hey, we have cosplayers, everyone doesn't. But one of the things I want to say is that Flesh and Blood's cosplaying community, the effort, the care, the innovation that they put into it is, in my opinion, some of the world's best. I've seen some incredible cosplays in my life, but man, there's a whole different ballgame when you're up there and seeing them walk past you. I've been on those stages, I've called their names. I'm constantly in awe of how incredibly in tune these people are with the characters or the portrayals that they're trying to embody. Was there a favorite cosplay for you in this past year?
Yes, I mean, there's so many good ones. I personally loved Dex fans' portrayal of Rhinar. Like really
Yes.
sexy Dexy. Just really like sent it home. Obviously Rachel just kills it every single time, and Carolina does a great job as well. So many great cosplayers out there, and I have a lot of respect because I'm working on a cosplay currently, and it is hard. Like, I'm not good at this. Like, I don't know how anybody can be. It's really, really hard. So, I got to give a shout out to these cosplayers, all of them, not even the ones just nominated, just every single person who does a cosplay. It's incredible.
It is awesome. Again, you're trying a cosplay. You're building one. It's not easy. Even though currently you look like a lawyer from like a town in Alabama who's about to defend those old Duke boys against some.
Yeah, I look like I thought I watched Peaky Blinders, and then I didn't.
That's the next
else.
one. Yeah, that's the next one. I'm just waiting for that little jewel around your neck to start glowing and opening up some catacombs somewhere. All right, so the Cosplayer of the Year award, we've got 3 contestants. There's Esser Ungar, there's Rachel, aka Max Ferocity, and there's Carolina Alvarado, and the winner is going to be announced by none other than Olivia Gobert-Hicks.
Hey Flesh and Blood fans, I'm Olivia. I am so excited to help announce one of the Cosplayer of the Year category awards. This is the Speedy Award, and the community has voted that it goes to Rachel, aka Max Ferocity. Rachel's work is, of course, as you all know, amazing. So cool to just see it in person, have met her over time, and witnessed all those works. Incredible as always. What an excellent community vote. All the big congrats to Rachel, aka Max Ferocity.
And Olivia, who has cosplayed so much within Flesh and Blood, within Magic, within so many different communities, saying exactly what we're all saying, which is that Rachel has been on another planet when it comes to her cosplays this past year, be it Data Doll, be it the Nitro Mechanoid, be it Dash.io. She's just been knocking it out of the park, dude.
Yeah, this is like a Jordan and the Bulls run from the 90s that we're seeing with Rachel. Just really dominating the space and picking up a Speedy's award as well. It's something that we're gonna look back on and say, well, we're looking at the GOAT. We're experiencing the GOAT right now in our everyday lives at these conventions.
Can you think about it? Like, you imagine the amount, like, we're currently in the generation where all the players that grew up idolizing Jordan are now dominating the NBA. Do you think that in like 10, 15 years from now, well, first of all, you and I are going to still be doing this because we have no other options in life. But do you believe that there are going to be people who are going to say it was Rachel, it was Max Ferocity who inspired me to make this card, which is now going to be Riptide Star of the Show, or whatever the hell else there could be.
Oh, like in terms of design, or people like actually cosplaying?
Just people, actual cosplayers coming in and saying it was her. I saw her on a stage in Barcelona so long ago, and that's what inspired me as a kindergartner to grow up to do that. Like, much like that, you see someone like Steph Curry draining threes, and who inspired you, Steph Curry? You didn't just innovate and break the game, did you? Well, kind of, maybe, sort of did, but still, it's got to be out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it at all. Once you see someone performing at the highest level, I think that you're gonna have people that look up to them and want to figure out how to be them in any kind of way or space. I mean, we see it even with players. It's an ongoing thing, and I'm looking forward to it in 15 years when we're doing the Instant Speedies. What year would that be? That would be
2038, baby. The Speedies 2038.
Yeah, book it.
Yeah, we're gonna have, by then, I think the technology's gonna advance enough. We're gonna be like, best tasting card.
Yeah. I don't like that brute card, but
not quite. We do want to do a giveaway. Now, on previous episodes, I did say, hey, what is your favorite memory of 2023? I've got a couple prizes to give away. One of them is going to be this. It's a adult Lexi signed by Federico Musetti. I have this to give away, and the winner is none other than Joshua Levy, who told us in a comment on a previous YouTube video, says, my favorite fab moment of 2023 was going to the U.S. Nationals with my brother and getting to cheer him on over days 1 and 2. Then getting to cheer on all the incredible players in the top 8. Without planning it, we ended up on the same flight as the Realm guys, and that made the trip even more incredible. What a thrill ride. What a weekend. So, to you, Josh, congratulations. Let me know. Contact me. Get in touch with me. Give me your details. I will drop this in the mail for you. Not you, Tommy Fresh. You have enough things.
I got enough swag. You know, I'm swagging out over here, so don't even worry about me.
No.
I didn't even want to win.
You're dressed like if I got you this, you'd bring it to a pawn shop and then go put it all on a horse named like Leave It to Betsy or something like that.
Leave It to Betsy. You know, yeah, I knew a horse. I mean, it was Leave It to. No, it was Leave It to Betsy. I don't know how you know that. I feel like I'm talking to Nardwar, who just like brings up stuff that they shouldn't know.
I just know these things. All right, next category. What's the next category, Thomas?
This is pretty funny. Most hated new card of the year, which is going to be presented by Brian Gottlieb of LSS and other fame. And listen, we there's cards that get printed every year, and they are controversy. And I actually alluded to one that was nominated here a little bit earlier. So the 3 nominees are Codex of Frailty, which I had talked about. I'm surprised that it was both ends of the spectrum. Warmonger's Diplomacy and Tome of Imperial Flame.
Tome of Imperial Flame is the most recent. Warmonger's Diplomacy. I think we got one from every set, didn't we? Bright Lights.
Yeah.
We got Bright Lights, Cecil Dawn, and Outsiders. So I specifically requested Brian Gottlieb to do this one, not because of the cards that were nominated, but purely because when it comes to hating cards, nobody is more aware of what people hate than Brian Gottlieb, because he is usually the lightning rod for everybody's misplaced angst about things. So we got Brian Gottlieb to come out of hibernation and announce the winner.
Hello, friends. This is Brian Gottlieb from Legend Story Studios, and I've been asked by my good friend Flake to go ahead and reveal to you the Speedy Award winner for most hated card this year. So I have my beautiful envelope here. No idea what this could be. Let's go ahead and open it up and find out what your most hated card this year was. And the big reveal, it is Codex of Frailty. You know, I haven't had the chance to actually read this one yet. Let me go ahead and actually, you know what? I can't read cursive. Forget about it. I'm sure it's terrible, and you are all extremely justified in hating it. Hopefully, we'll do better for you next year. And congratulations, I guess, to Codex of Frailty.
There it is. Brian Gottlieb announcing the fact that Codex of Frailty, which ironically was also a nominee for the most favorite new cards, wins most hated new card of 2023, and Brian, having read it for the first time, can see why. I think that this is a fair win.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I get it. And there was, right out the gates, we got a lot of, and Brian was let know on Twitter that people hated this card. However, I think we've come around on the card as a community. I guess not, because maybe I'm a little out of touch. No, it's the kids that are wrong. It's I love this card. I think I'm putting it in every deck. I'm putting it in brute decks. I don't care. It's that good. Sure, judges keep bothering me about it, but Codex of Frailty, hate it, love it. It's a card.
I'm guessing that to a certain degree, the people's hatred of this card was also enhanced by the fact that it was in the most prominent deck that was winning the most tournaments. So people were probably also tired of seeing it. But yeah, I think that these are all 3 very, they're proper nominations for the most hated card because they're very powerful and they're very game changing. So hell, why not? Let's just say it. So congratulations, Codex of Frailty. Everybody hates you. Everybody. More wishes, Tommy Fresh, from the community. Would you like to kick us off with some more wishes for 2024?
Yes, absolutely. Community wishes for 2024. Anonymous user submits, we need more Blitz events. This is a controversial topic because you either love Blitz or you hate it. I feel like I'm not a huge Blitz guy. I'm pretty open about that, but I know that people do love it, especially the newer players and people. I just had someone tell me in LGS the other day, it's like, I just don't have time. I don't want to sit around for an hour and play CC. I'm like, well, you make time, okay? But listen, I hope we do get more Blitz events, and I think there's a lot of battle hardened, so there's a lot of chances to have that.
Yeah, there's going to be more different events. I think that, like you said, 2024 is going to have a lot more events in general. I think that more Blitz Heroes means more Blitz events as well. But I get it. Like you said, controversial. It's kind of, they're propping it up, but at the same time taking it out of Worlds. So we'll see. Next wish is make Sam Dando play again. I think Sam plays when he can. He's often working at a lot of events. What people don't know is that Sam Dando is also a very accomplished musician. He does sensual brass. I don't know. I think the name. That was the name of his album. It was called Sensual Brass. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's on repeat. I don't want to share my Spotify Wrapped, but it was a lot of sensual brass. I'll tell you that much.
Sensual brass. One more.
And how often do you wonder if you should have become a proctologist? Well, to be honest with you, I think, whenever I look at my current paychecks, I wonder why I never did anything that ended with the phrase just. Anything, ologist. It could have been anything. I would have been doing way better than I'm doing now. So yeah, I could have been a proctologist. What about you?
I think so. I think a lot of people just wonder this because I have the Ass Man license plate on the wall behind me, and for those who are unaware, that is a Seinfeld reference, which Tommy gets for sure. But the proctology, that was definitely that would have probably pleased my parents more than what I'm doing now. My parents who still just tell people that I'm on the internet radio, not knowing to what capacity. So yeah, proctology I think would have been a much more lucrative endeavor, that's for sure. And yeah.
Or just get the vanity plates of the proctologist, and that's just as good. So.
Yeah, then you get to park in the doctor's parking. No one will ever tell you otherwise. Oh boy, proctology is such a service to the community, but that's not the service to the community that we're seeking right now. It's more so of the LGS variety is the next category. Champion LGS. Now, if I'm going to sort of describe what this means, it's the LGS that really does a lot for their local community, that props it up, that makes sure that everybody is getting a great experience, welcomes new players, gives exceptional value, happiness, that does a lot for the game and their local community. So why don't you walk us through some of what we've got?
Yeah, this is a pretty important award, because the LGSs are where these games are being played, and we want more community champion LGSs. We got 3 good ones right here. The nominees are Realm Games out of Mansfield, Ohio, Green Tree Sports Cards out of Pittsburgh, PA, and Min Max Games out of Chicago, Illinois.
Yes, and these are going to be awarded by none other than Newson from LSS itself. So take it away, Newson.
Hi guys, it's Newson from Legend Story Studios, here to announce the winner for the Community Champion LGS. First of all, I'd like to thank every single LGS that supports Flesh and Blood. You guys are all winners in my book. Now, the Community Champion LGS goes to Min Max Games. Congratulations to Min Max for putting in all the hard work they've done to support Flesh and Blood this year. And thank you to Instant Speed and the entire Flesh and Blood community for another fantastic year. I look forward to seeing you all in 2024 and being a part of our $1.5 million pro play circuit.
There we go. Now, this is the tough one because there are so many LGSs that do an incredible amount of work. This was one of the categories that had the most unique submissions because everybody has the LGS that they feel is doing a great job, and they are. There's the winner here, frankly, is us because all these LGSs are doing an incredible amount of things out there and really propping it up. Min-Max Games, congratulations on winning. I do want to say that I have been out to Chicago. I've been out to Min-Max. I've hung around the Min-Max crew. They're amazing. And what they do to uplift the community, to really put on a good show, they want to make sure that people have a great time. Every time I'm at a Min-Max event, I feel like I'm having a good time. But I mean, that isn't to say, because I've been at many different Realm events, and those are always incredible and unique. You've been there as well. Green Tree Sports Card does incredible stuff. John at Green Tree also introduced me to the Primanti sandwich, which is insanely good. So I couldn't pick a winner. That's why the community picked a winner on this one.
Amen. And yeah, worthy. I want to check out min-max games. The only of those three, it's the only one I haven't really done anything with. You know, I see them at every single event, you know, selling cards. I bought cards from them, and you know, I love doing that and supporting them. But yeah, this is very exciting. I will say though, not to steal min-max's thunder here, I think there's going to be a new LGS in the conversation for next year's Speedies. You just wait from the East Coast. No more of this Midwest stuff.
Oh.
All right.
All right. This leads us to another round of community wishes for 2024, all of which are deliciously anonymous because that's the best way. What do we got this time?
Well, the first one is anonymous, but I wonder if I do know who actually submitted this one. Better audio quality for everyone. I know quite a few people who love audio quality, right? You know, and a lot of good buds.
Is this you, Greg? Is this Greg?
Greg?
Is this you, Greg?
Yeah. So, hey, listen, I'm all for this one. I mean, I've learned the ways of Greg, aka Darth Prentice. So I want good audio quality. You know, people want to listen to good stuff.
Everybody wants good audio quality. Damn it, I'm in agreement. Next one, again anonymously, a wish for 2024 coming in was shout out to the Fab community for being the best. It's not really a wish; it's just more of a recognition, which is fine. I think that's fair.
It's a well wish, you know, like well wishes. Maybe that's why they took it.
Maybe they were wishing for a well, like because they needed quick access to subterranean water.
Yeah, sure. You know, hey, listen, if city water is not doing it for you, you know, well water will do it.
Are you from Flint, Michigan? Because maybe a well wish is actually the more like actual real thing you need.
Still not going great there, folks. Just so you know, that's
yeah,
the world we live in.
but that's only been a problem for like 10, 15 years.
Yeah, only forever. It seems like it's very sad. But the final community wish, well, at least in this little set of them, is give us an Ontario calling.
I know that you've been aching for one of these. You specifically, Tommy.
I've been saying, you know what? I need an excuse to go to Ontario, which I believe is where you live.
That is correct. Yes, sir.
Yes, Ontario. It's one of the districts in Canada.
It's the New Jersey of Canada.
It's the New Jersey of Canada. It's that good. So yeah, well, hey, listen, they could do a pro tour in New Jersey. Why not a calling in Ontario? So get it going.
I wholeheartedly agree. Set us up for the next one there, Bucko.
The next one is, well, we only had kind of 3 options for this, but it is the best new set of the year, right? This is the big one. This is for not all the Marvels, but it is a big in terms of cards, right? Because there are a lot of great sets this year, a lot of great releases, you know, with trials and tribulations among all 3 of them. And as of Go Again Gaming and the Living Legends podcast is going to present the award, and the nominees are Outsiders, Dusk Till Dawn, and Bright Lights.
So welcome to the Speedy Awards 2023 Best Set section. I'm Az from Go Again Gaming. I'm going to be announcing the winner of this particular part of the competition, but the sets that were involved this year were some fantastic ones. We had Outsiders in the first quarter, then we had Dusk Till Dawn and Bright Lights as well, all of which really, really pushed design space and really experimented with what Flesh and Blood is all about, and really pushing back on some sort of expectations that people have had from supplementary sets, for example. But yeah, had some fantastic sets this year, but the one that reigned supreme this year as a unanimous decision by you guys and girls and whatever you might be out there in the big wide world that voted on this pod, the winner is Outsiders. That's correct. Outsiders was fantastic. One of my favourite sets, if not my favourite set of all time, because of the amount of Ranger support that it had, and it really catapulted Azalea into the limelight and finally allowed all the Azalea cult to play her in a competitive fashion, finally. But yeah, we had the Codex of Frailties, we had the Lace With cards, we had the Infecting Shot, the 1 for 8 or 1 for 7, depending on the aim counter. We had the Premeditates, we had the Ponders, we had so much good stuff. And yeah, I agree with that. I agree with everyone's decision that Outsiders is the best set this year. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in so far, and hope you all have a great day on the Instant Speed Speedy Awards 2023, baby. As from Go Again Gaming, out. Yay!
Well, there it is. I don't think there was any doubt, Tommy, that it was going to be Outsiders, a draftable set with a bunch of different classes, dual class cards. I would say probably one of the best sets that they've put out. Not my favorite, but definitely a very strong and innovative set. I think that this one was an easy win.
Yeah, I really liked Outsiders, especially going into it. It was 3 classes I didn't even really dabble in at the time, and I came out of it falling in love with Riptide and playing that draft set all the time. It was just a great experience. So yeah, huge shout out to Outsiders, big win for the early set of the year.
Good job. Good job. And we
Great
also get some more community wishes.
You know, the cool thing about this community is they're just wishing, right? They're wishing all the time. And here's one that we have. A Guardian attack with Go Again. Whoa. Listen, I don't know about that, but we're getting a...
What are you afraid of, man?
I'm not afraid. I don't get scared. I'm not chicken. But we're gonna get agility tokens in heavy hitters. So like, there's a good chance that they will have some kind of pseudo Go Again. And I think that's probably the best that we could really hope for.
Yeah, I think
want.
Like a Guardian attack with Go Again, I think is just. I mean, I want it, and I wouldn't be surprised if that does eventually come. But like, I get it because people are thinking, well, Rouse the Ancients has Go Again. That's kind of a Guardian-esque card, and you know, Zealous Belting and all this. No. We want something with that nice little stacked brickish border that blocks for 3, that goes again. It's very simple to cast. Is that so much to ask? It might be.
It might a little bit be.
Next one, next wish for the new year. Please have Benji grow up. Now, that is a very enticing endeavor because Benji feels to me like this. I think Benji to me, anything times like the quote unblockable is kind of like or unpreventable or whatever. That's a very dangerous game text to explore down. So I don't know if this is, I agree with this, but yeah, I mean, let the kid grow up. But then, like, take that same boat that Frodo did at the end of Lord of the Rings with the elves. Like, just peace, see ya, get out of here.
Great Havens. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Benji growing up thing. First of all, you know, as somebody who was a child and grew up, I feel like I would like to go back. I think being a kid was way cooler. And, you know, I think Benji should enjoy being a young hero. And will maybe one day. If he's nice.
If he's nice.
And then the next one we have here is New Elemental Ranger, please. Yeah, sure. I mean, Lexi just left. So, yeah, I think they're going to probably replace Lexi in some degree. Maybe some other heroes need to be replaced first. I'm looking at Oldham.
I don't know if they'll ever bring back an Elemental Ranger. I feel like that is well, you know what? They might, and they might just say that you don't get Voltaire, and maybe that's good enough.
Yeah. Voltaire was super powerful, so like I understand. Like, I think Lexi without Voltaire was still fine, but not busted. Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
Bring her back.
Bring her back. Come on back. It's no big deal. All right, here's one. Here's a nice little fun one, which I think that you added to this. You definitely added to this.
I did.
All right, so let's go with the podcast of the year. Now, you and I are both podcasting. You did get a significant amount of votes. However, unfortunately, you were not. You're too hot for TV, man. You know, it's like. Everybody knows who Jerry Springer is, but is not allowed to listen to it or like watch it sometimes, you know, growing up. Sure. And I feel like that's where you are because everybody knows you, everybody loves you, but you're a little too hot for TV sometimes, Tommy Fresh.
Sure, I'm like the NC-17 of podcasts. It's actually funny, you know, people share their Spotify Wrapped. Whenever they showed like I was one of their top podcasts, Their other top podcasts sometimes were other card game stuff, and then other times it was like some racy stuff. So like it's maybe I'm operating on a different axis here, and but whatever. I still think it's rigged. I put rigged in the show notes, and stop the count. No, keep the count going. That's what I think I mean. And then we might have to have a follow-up podcast, but that's okay. We do have 3 great podcasts, 2 of which are still on the air, being nominated. Instant Speed Podcast, one of my favorite podcasts I've been on, that's for sure. It's Manor Podcast. M&R Podcast. I think M&R sounds better. I'm sorry.
So do I. I know that they describe it as Menor, and not a big fan of that. I don't know. Again, it's not. Listen, not my podcast. Do what you got to do.
Hey, more votes than me. So what can I say? And then finally, Arsenal Pass, who has been a long time podcasting giant in this game. So I believe Rachel, aka Max Ferocity, is going to tell us who won this award.
What's up, guys? Rachel, aka Max Ferocity, here to bring you the award for Best Podcast of 2023. As a community, we have a wealth of creators bringing us fresh insights and news hot off the presses. The nominees for this year have been raising that bar. The finalists for the 2023 Speedy Award for Best Podcast are Instant Speed Pod, Arsenal Pass, and the Manor Podcast. All of these creators have worked tirelessly all year to bring us entertainment, but there can only be one winner. And for 2023, that winner is Arsenal Pass. A warm congratulations to Arsenal Pass. And we're looking forward to what you and all of the other Flesh and Blood creators in the community are bringing for us in 2024. Cheers.
So there it is. It is, again, Arsenal Pass wins, and they have been doing it for so long with such a level of excellence. It's incredible that they're still up and at it and still getting it done, but they have maintained a level of quality and a following, and what they do for the community is incredible. So congratulations to Arsenal Pass. That would be Brendan Patrick and Hayden Dale, who are doing their thing. Hundreds of episodes in, just forever and always. Thousands even.
Thousands, maybe.
It's incredible.
We can only hope.
I think they've published like 130 episodes or so. And of those 130 episodes, I think 120 of them, they were telling us what the best deck ever was, which was incredible. They were breaking the game every week with the best deck ever. It's unreal.
Unreal. Just that level of consistency and commitment is unseen. Typically
never happens
spaces.
No, but they're incredible. And I mean, like, between Hayden Dale and Brendan Patrick and what they do for the community, it's huge. So thank you for continuing that, and congratulations for this wonderful award. Now, what I should say, because we haven't said it yet, is that everybody who wins an award, all 6 individuals or groups, LSS sent me 6 playmats, and some of them are old and retired, and some of them so I have like a Toma Final playmat. I've got a Coax of Commotion one. I've got like the official standard original one that they gave out. So I've got some prizes to give out. So if you won a Speedy Award, you got to get in touch with me and claim your prize. First come, first serve. But there's some pretty sweet ones.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, now that I know that, I would have tried harder.
You would have lobbied like crazy. Exactly. I guarantee you, I'm gonna see these playmats on like the marketplace Discord, being like, "Won this idiot garbage," flipping it for more packs of Dusk Till Dawn. Need to find the sketch cards.
Yeah. I don't know how many are left. Do we
I don't know, dude. There was like 20 originally, and I only know of like 6 of them that were opened, like 5 or 6. So I don't know if people are just sleeping on them, forgot about them, or who knows. But there's
keep buying packs.
Yeah, keep buying packs. More wishes for the community, Tommy Fresh. Again, all done anonymously. Here's one. Where's my Viscerai support? Okay, Brody Spurlock, I hear you, Brody.
I mean, they give you something every set at this point. It's just maybe it's just not cut out for it. Viscerai is just not cut out to be the hero that it was with Bloodshea Skelda.
Yeah, imagine not playing Mavrian Skies into an attack into a into a Rosetta Thorn for just one turn. I mean, Warmonger's Diplomacy just kind of absolutely ruined your Christmas, but hey, that's not my fault. It ain't me.
It didn't win the Speedies for most hated, so
That's
it's gonna
true.
be that bad.
Yeah, so your opinion is just completely wrong. What else we got?
We also have, I would love to finally be able to qualify for Nats in 2024. I think that's a great goal. I think Nats is a great way to kind of get yourself into the higher echelon of playing circuits rather than just callings and battle hardens. If you want to qualify for something, Nats is one of the more attainable ones. Still hard to do. You got top 4, a road to Nats, but I think that's a great goal. And I think a lot of people that are competitively minded should have that goal in 2024, whether you have qualified or not.
And the last one for this little segment essentially is something that I had a problem with. I think a lot of people had a problem with. It was probably the talk of the game for like a solid 6 months, which is tick them tunics. Don't forget to put your tunic up at the first time that it passes over to you. When your opponent says pass priority, move to arsenal. No, okay, draw up for turn. Tick your damn tunic. Tick it. Just tick your damn tunic. 2024. Tick them tunics. 2024. Let's go.
Triple T, tick them tunics. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's big. And you know, it's funny. Now I saw somebody somewhere on the internet make the comparison to Dash.io's weapon. Symbiosis shot is the new tunic because people forget to tick the symbiosis shot when they put an item out there. So listen, we're getting more tunics every day in different forms,
different ways, shapes.
So you got to remember.
The next award, Tommy, lead us in.
Is Community Champion of the Year, which is going to be presented by Alex Norville of LSS. We love Alex. And this is a great award because, well, we want people to champion the game and kind of rise the community up and really make this game what it is. We can't do that without community leaders. So we got 3 good ones. First one is Flake. Never heard of him. No, we love the Flake. Everybody loves the Flake. Flake is great.
What am I, the Drake from like?
The Drake.
Love the Drake.
By the end of this, I hate the Drake. Riddler Man Gaming and Ethan Van Sant, as most people know, Man Sant. And these are 3 great nominees. Who's going to win? Alex.
Hey everyone, it's LSS Alex here to present the Community Champion Award for the Speedy Awards for 2023. And it is none other than the myth, the legend, the man, Sant. It's Ethan Van Sant. Congrats, mate. You thoroughly deserve this. You've put in a heck of an effort this year, and yeah, we really appreciate everything that you do, and the community certainly does as well, so kudos.
Congratulations, Ethan. Again, I think that this was a lock. This was a shoe, and I think out of all the people accumulating votes within this, Ethan was by and far in everybody's thoughts and prayers, as it were, because he puts in so much work in order to go ahead and bring people coverage, do great video work and such. Savage Feats went from, this upstart to basically, dare I say, the bar for when it comes to this kind of production and such. So congratulations to Ethan on your Speedy Award. Again, hundreds and hundreds of votes came in. Ethan just crushed it. Ethan accumulated, the vast majority of those votes, and rightfully so. So congratulations to you, Ethan, but to everybody else who made it, to Riddler Man and everybody else who accumulated votes. Keep doing what you're doing, because it's important, and it's felt, and it's heard. So, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Ethan, the best. We also have some more community wishes, though.
Oh,
Flake.
Oh,
I think people, like I said, this community is wishing, man, and 2024 is a big year. So, the first wish we have here is I wish Brute finally gets good cards, a new archetype, and becomes competitive. And I gotta say, we're getting a Brute set in like a month, and my inkling, my idea here is that people are going to be complaining about Brute by the end of it. So, I think we're getting it. And it's going to be really good.
Yeah. And hearing you say that, it makes me want to buy a 1975 Cadillac Eldorado from you, dressed like that. Absolutely. How many miles?
Well, don't worry about the miles. Worry about the miles per gallon.
Yeah, that's
All
even
right,
less.
I don't-
There's no way. Yeah, we have those. We get you miles per gallon now. We've increased to that capacity.
You get about 50 miles per gallon on this hog.
Ooh.
So,
Delicious. Well, I agree with that. The next one is from a community wish from 2024 saying, Ethan Mansant needs to be called out for all his hard work to bring us tournament coverage for nearly every U.S. battle hardened and calling. That's why we put it here after this, because we knew he was going to win. I agree. And the least that we can do is to recognize him on the Speedy Awards because the community shares that sentiment. So the wish for 2024 for me is to have him continue and for me to be a part of it wherever he needs me, because I think that he does a great thing for the community.
Amen. Ethan, curly hair, back in. I don't care what anybody says. You're the best. And then the final wish is be positive and kind, which is what this is all about, right? We should be positive and kind. We don't want a toxic environment, and I couldn't agree more, right? This is why we're friends. We're positive and kind to each other.
I thought it was just because we're lazy. Like, we met each other early, and we're like, that's it, we're done. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I have my friend. I met my friend.
Yeah. No, you seem really nice, but I already have 3 friends.
Yeah.
So.
I'm good for friends. You know how many times this happens when it's like you're like starting to date somebody and it's not going well? They're like, no, but we can be friends. No, man, I'm good. I am I'm topped off there. We're good. You go do stuff that I wasn't into. I'll continue to do stuff that I know you weren't into. We're good. What makes you think that friendship is like the common denominator that we're gonna fall upon afterwards?
Yeah.
Get out of town. Next category is the Fresh Bud of the Year. And the Fresh Bud of the Year is kind of like your Rookie of the Year. It's basically who made their name this year. It doesn't mean that they started playing this year, but who solidified themselves as a real gamer, be it a community impact, a player who has just won a bunch of tournaments, but who is now on your mind as being a true player of Flesh and Blood. And to deliver this one, we have none other than the host of Fresh and Buds himself. Dressed like he's about to announce some sort of cattle ranching competition, it is Tommy Fresh.
Hog Collar of the Year goes to the Fresh Bud of the Year. I'm very honored to be able to present this award, and we love to see new faces. I think oftentimes we hear, well, it's the same people at the top tables all the time. No, it's not. We get new faces up there, and guess what? The nominees are Brody Spurlock. Now that is somebody we see at the top tables all the time. Yes, but Rhea Adams, big burst onto the scene this year, and Lucas Oswalt, who also had a huge 2023. And the winner is Lucas Oswalt. Fresh Bud of the Year. What? Very nice, Lucas.
Also, very dangerous tweeter at times. Dangerous tweeter. Lucas Oswald, congratulations. Just crushing it. Brought Prism to the Realm Rumble. Like an absolute baller. Yeah, I get it. Like, Brody Spurlock, you're right. I think that a lot of people knew of Brody in 2022. Like, he wasn't unknown, but I think that he absolutely just spearheaded his legacy this particular year, where everybody just started to be like, yeah, he's here, he's gonna win. Now, whether that started in January 12 months ago, then yeah, that's perfectly fine. Rhea Adams had won several tournaments, redesigned a little bit of the Icelander list and had a lot of success. Rhea Adams was just back-to-back and won, I think, a couple Battle Hardens as well, and solidified herself as a huge player. But Lucas Oswald was everywhere and doing it in style, with confidence, and with success. And I think that is a very, very deserving winner of the Fresh Bud of the Year Speedy Award.
Lucas, reach out for your award to Flake, and then reach out to me, and I'll just say congrats.
I'll just say congrats.
But it's a big congratulations to all the nominees, and you know what, you bring up a great point about Brody. I mean, Outsiders came out, Azalea got support, and all of a sudden Brody was, just like on a different planet, just like, slaying in the circuit. So huge year for all three of those nominees.
We do have a giveaway of our own to do before we get to the final. And that giveaway, as I said, I went out there the past couple episodes of ISP. I said, tell me what your favorite memory of 2023 was. We got a bunch of different submissions. I took some of my favorite, and then I randomly chose. And the prize is I have a instant speed playmat that I got signed by myself. Who cares? Chris Gehring, one of the developers at LSS, Brian Gottlieb, set designer at LSS, and James White, creator of Flesh and Blood. All four of us signed the playmat, and it is going to... Tommy?
The Classroom 1350, who wrote, my favorite memory of 2023 is Pro Tour 3. The entire event was the best production that LSS/SCG had put on to date. Pro Tour 3, everything was firing on all cylinders, and there were little to no hiccups, and great bonuses such as a stage for viewers to watch from in person and all the events that were present. I have been happy with all the events that have occurred, but that event by far blew everything away.
It was definitely a cool event. That one was in Baltimore. The stage that they're talking about, where you kind of like can overlook and have this above ground kind of downward vision of what's going on, was very, very cool. I thought that was a nice touch. So the Classroom 1350, please get in touch with me on Twitter, on Discord, however you may find me, and we will make arrangements. I will get you that playmat sent out to you. My man, one more to go. One more to go, Tommy Fresh.
One more. One more. It's a big one.
It is a big one, but I want to ask you before we move on to that, what your wishes are for 2024. What is Tommy Fresh's vision for the next year?
Oh, my vision. Well, my personal wish, I will say, I want to qualify for the Pro Tour. I want to go to Amsterdam. That's where I want to go. I don't want to go to LA because I can't, but I want to go to Amsterdam. So the best way I could do that is to play really well. But beyond that, my wishes are to continue to be able to foster this excellent community through content, and continue to be friends with all the people that I'm friends with, and no more friends. As we said before, we're filled to the brim on friends. No, kidding. Well, I have more room for friends. Maybe Flake doesn't, but I could fit you in. We'll see. I got some place in the back. Maybe you got a standing room only. I don't know, but
you make it sound like you have a hookup at like some random concert. And you're like, I got to squeeze you in for a Counting Crows reunion tour. Yeah, no problem. You can find you some space.
I mean, I do look like I run like a nightclub in Gotham.
Yeah, right? You do. You do. It looks like you have a table ready for the Penguin whenever he walks in.
Yeah. Nobody messes with the Penguin. That's all. That's the only rule, like.
Well, the final category, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all flesh and blood appropriate ages, is the Player of the Year. Who is the Player of the Year? Well, it's a player who has consistently exhibited excellence and success in Flesh and Blood. It's your MVP, if you will, of the year. And your finalists are, based on your votes, let me shed all responsibility here and say that this is you voting for this. Your finalists are Michael Fang, Yuki Lee Bender, and Brody Spurlock. And who better, Tommy, to announce the winner than the creator of the game himself, James White.
How you doing? It's James here from Legend Story Studios. I'm here to announce the Speedy Awards 2023 Player of the Year. It is somebody who exemplifies the spirit of play the game, see the world, taking every opportunity he can to travel to major events all across the globe. And of course, there can be no other than Michael Fung. So congratulations, Michael, and thank you very much for your commitment and your passion to playing the game and seeing the world. I look forward to seeing you at a major event in 2024 as part of the $1.5 million Pro Play series. Happy holidays. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations, Michael Fung, Player of the Year.
I don't think there's any doubt here. I mean, well, there might be some doubt. I don't think that it's I think all three of these people were exceptionally deserving. It was very difficult for me to cast a vote on this one. But I think that Michael Feng winning this it just makes sense. I think that no one has been more consistent and has been just so open and kind and just a bannerman for the game like Michael Feng has been. And I think that he is the sure thing. So I think it's a sure thing for him to be the player of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the amount of success that he's had over the whole lifespan of Flesh and Blood, it seems like at this point, but like this year was the year. Big Pro Tour win. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And then, like, you know, just consistently in top 8s and like winning battle hardens, and like you're just like, does he ever stop? You know, and I don't think he will. And I imagine that we'll see a huge 2024 from Michael as well. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Michael Feng. Doing good stuff. Always has Brody Spurlock mostly in tow. Like they're kind of like a duo now. They're a tandem. Like you have your one-handed weapon is Michael Feng and your offhand is Brody Spurlock. Like that's like 2 Rosetta Thorns.
You know, it's kind of funny because, like, you know, not that like Michael's like a shorter guy by any, like, you know, but like Brody's super tall. I want them next Halloween to dress up as Harry and Marv from Home Alone. I think that would be just awesome.
The Sticky Bandits.
Yeah, the Sticky Bandits. Well, they were the wet.
They were the wet bandits to begin. Yeah, they turned into the Sticky Bandits. Yeah, they were the wet bandits to begin. I was thinking Bert and Ernie. I think that they can pull off a pretty good Bert and Ernie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know the roommates, Bert and Ernie. You know, like, but that is awesome. You know, that you know the two of them. I mean, Brody Spurlock got nominated for both Fresh Bud and Player of the Year. Obviously had a huge year, so you can't discount that. Yuki, excellent player, just will always be in the mix and will, you know, very likely win Player of the Year at some point in the storied Speedy's Award future that we're going to have. So very, very excited for Michael and all the other players that were nominated.
I am so overjoyed with how so many people were invested in this and the community supported this. LSS supported this. I do want to say, first off, thank you to you, Tommy, for being here to do this with me, because I just had to say when, and you were there. It wasn't even a question of if, and I sincerely appreciate you for stepping up here, buddy.
Yeah, you know, you call, I answer. I just like hopping on the phone with you or whatever this is, Discord, and then just like having a chat, and it's a good time, and to kind of celebrate like everything that's good in the game is a good thing to kind of just talk about. I love doing that, and we get to joke around too, and I love a little bit of that. So.
Hell yeah, absolutely. There was some. I really wish I could publish all the results I got from everybody, but I do want to remind people that this is a community voted thing. So I know what's going to happen. People are going to call bogus on some winners and losers, and then blame me for it. Whatever. I don't care. It already happened. There was already some tweets like when my podcast came up as like one of the podcasts of the year. Everybody's like, "Oh, of course," and I was like, "Okay," like, but. It is what it is, and you're right. Let's celebrate the positivity, and you're somebody whom I love and adore, and I thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, and if you want to blame anybody, blame me. I was creating so many email accounts to vote on this thing.
And not even for yourself. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. I know. Well, I forgot. I was like, you know, I can't. I wanted to throw off the scent a little bit. You know,
yeah.
It's like I'll throw you know, Manor Podcast a few votes here and there, but you know.
So let me get this straight, Giuliani. You enacted voter fraud, but didn't vote for yourself. No, I didn't think that it was necessary.
I didn't think of that. Yeah. Oh my God. Hilarious.
Right. I also want to give a big thanks to LSS for supporting this. LSS reached out to me after last year's Speedy Awards. Literally, like, they reached out to me after I published it and said, hey, if you're doing this again, we want to be involved. And when I reached out to them in October, they were like, 100%. we're in. So it was super awesome that they got involved. So thank you again to Alex, to Newson, to Brian, and to James for contributing and announcing some of the winners, but also to everybody at LSS for just making things happen for this award show. To you, the community, thank you very much for voting, for caring, for being invested in this, for retweeting it, for having discussions, for pumping each other's tires. What I really was hoping that this would do, it had nothing to do with a useless award, and I say useless at the end of just making a big deal out of these, but it's not a valuable award. It's not, it's nothing that you're going to put on a resume, but ultimately a lot of people care, and they care because they want to celebrate the positivity and that aspect of the game, which I very much cherish. I am involved in this community because of the positive things that I can take away from it and how it improves my life. And I always feel indebted to it, to the game and to the community, and that's why I want to give back. And this is my way of trying to to give back from what I have taken. And I will never be able to, square off that bill. I will always be indebted to everybody out there who supports and who listens. But I'm going to do my best. And I hope that everybody could feel the same way. Because positivity is cool, man. It's not easy, but it's cool. I don't know how else to say it. So thank you to everybody out there for contributing.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's hard to get on the mics when you're not feeling positive, but guess what? By the end of it, you are positive. Because guess what? It's just, it rises. Wait, what was that one thing I once said?
You said that if there was ever a clip of the year, it was that, but that was like a year and a bit ago.
That was 2022, maybe 2021.
It could have possibly been. You said something real, and I'm gonna be completely candid here, asinine and stupid. It was something along the lines like a rising ship, like sinks all boats or something. I forgot, or like a rising tide sinks all ships.
I was trying to get at something that was real. It was like rising tide rises all ships or whatever.
It was
but
dumb.
I think I definitely combined a lot of different things. It was a Frankenstein's monster situation of a saying, and yes, it was dumb. Sometimes I'm dumb too.
Well, I think, yeah, because you like crossbred like 5 different species of anecdotes there. You're like a rising tide in a china shop, gathers no moss, and yeah, I was like, okay, we're done here.
Yeah, all right, yeah, that's it.
That was it. All right, that does it for the Speedy Awards of 2023. That also does it for the Instant Speed podcast for the year, as I need a break. I definitely need a break. When will I be back? I have no idea. But you'll see me at the Heavy Hitters celebrational thing in Queenstown, and I will be just enjoying myself and taking some rest and trying to get my brain back on track. Because like we mentioned earlier, it's important to take care of your mental health. These months aren't easy, and they're very much so not for me. So I am going to take some time to detach, to relax, to recharge, and to enjoy myself. And I hope that everybody out there does the same. It has been a difficult year for many, but it doesn't mean that we can't pull positivity out of it as the foundation for 2024. So I hope and I encourage everybody to be the positivity that others seek, because that is how these things just improve for everybody. Tommy, anything you want to say before we sign off?
Be good to each other. I love you, Flake. I love the community, and thank you for having me on. And listen, all negative comments about this episode can be forwarded to me. I will read them all.
They're all going to be from me.
They're all going to be like,
Mom, what are you doing contacting Tommy?
Yeah,
Why did you already have his number? What is this?
Yeah, well, Mrs. DeMarco, but yeah, no, love you all. Have a great new year. Have a great holiday. And 2024 is our year again. Listen, 2023 was our year, and it's going to keep being our year. It's always going to be our year.
It's always going to be our year. Friends, I love you very much. Take care of yourself. Be kind to one another. And we'll see you in the new year. Don't forget, you're not losing if you're loving. See you next year.
Well, I work